Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, Talon up against PSG.LGD. And folks, what we heard from the panel, they really like what PSG.LGD is doing here in this first game of this best of three. Of course, lower bracket. Loser of this will be going home. They will be out at the major, so everything to play for today. So it sounds like Talon, they're up against a bit of a challenge then in this game on. Would you agree?
Definitely feels it. It feels like they have to out-execute quite a few times here in this one with like glimpses and displacements as they were talking about. So they're going to have to make some big plays because I think LGD got exactly what they wanted. It's nothing to say playing Tinker. We are blessed. We get to watch this. And also, I'm a bit, the Magnus, we've been very critical about it because it's very difficult sometimes to get the playmaking. And I feel like they actually made it, the Abaddon we're all looking at, we're like, oh, this is a bit of a weird pick. It's the first time we have Abaddon in this tournament. And then they pick a Magnus into it. So I'm like, oh, they just made the Abaddon actually better. Because you can just ult, shield somebody. If they get RP'd, you can protect. We have lots of barriers and shields.
Now,
see what happens.
In their favor, they do have the follow-up of this Disruptor, right?
They absolutely do.
If you get the Static Storm down, then you can't make that sort of play. But you've got to be quick with that sort of rip play. And already here with the early action, we're seeing PSG.LGD in trouble. Zeal, he's going down. Talon, they'll get first blood. We'll see if they can get anything in return. They'll get Q, so a 1-for-1. See the chase continue over towards Shiro. He's cooking up a concoction. Be able to throw it back and hold back both 23 and Jazz, but the Shockwave, it's back up, drags Shiro in, the Breach Fire's there. Talon, they'll be able to claim 2 kills out of this early engagement.
How many wands are there? I'm checking around on heroes. There are...
Oh, and it's not, I mean, nothing to say. He's
NTS?
getting punched here by 23.
Well, that's gonna be a little annoying for his lane start, but he's versus a DK, so I don't think the harassment matters that much when he's playing in this matchup. If it was just like range hero, maybe.
It's got one concussive again in a few seconds. I think Ollie's in trouble. So PSG.LGD, they should be able to settle the score here, keep it 2 for 2. As Planet finishes off Ollie.
Who got the runes? Looks like LGD got 3 of them.
It's crazy. Both teams very much giving each other a right proper punch here before the laning stage.
And I'm checking the wands immediately. We have heroes starting with 7 wand charges in the lane. So that's going to be funny to see how that ends up impacting any type of aggressive plays. Shiro came prepared versus the spam lane. He has tons of regen. And honestly, getting these early bounties is important. 3 bounties for an Alchemist. He's going to have that little bit of extra gold to start off the lane. And he's got an Abaddon to back him up.
So what would you say is sort of your favorite thing about Talon's draft? Like what do they have that could come together and prove to be pretty strong against PSG.LGD? Maybe the point of the game where PSG.LGD may not be ready.
It's just a lot of catch. If they're able to get this like blink daggers and stuff online from Mikoto early, he's going to be the one I'm looking at to dictate pace and just make these very early aggressive moves to try to shut down the map. Because if you just give this map open to an Alchemist, to a Tinker, they're going to outscale you. So I'm looking at Mikoto a lot this game. So I'm going to be watching this mid lane, seeing how he does in the matchup versus NTS. And so far, very good for him. He should be able to free farm here.
It's a decent lane, right?
It's a very good
eventually, you don't really care about the spam of the Tinker. You can have that high enough regen. And, laser, whatever. You've got the Breathe Fire to still be able to secure CS.
Did NTS just place a branch and then not have a tango for it? That was weird. He put it down. He's like, wait, I'm out of tangos because the level 1 fight used all my tangos. And Mikoto just cuts it down.
It happens sometimes.
It happens. So I think it's important for me to look at the Talon does well in the lanes. You're playing against the Brewmaster. This hero sometimes can struggle inside laning phase a lot. So I think, very important to let 23 get set up for success and Mikoto.
They're going to try and go in on Ollie now. Zeal both Zeal and Planet getting pretty low there in that attempt to step up. Ollie's going to be fine.
He has a lot of regen on this Disruptor. Should be able to reset himself.
23 was got his boots coming out.
Very nice start.
Indeed, further tango's on the way for Ollie on that top lane. They know they've got to be prepared to deal with consistent spam from the 2 PSG.LGD. Something that the panel said could be tough for Talon to deal with, right? They have to be super heavy on the regen up here.
Yeah, I mean, the level 1 battle kind of set them up for like a pretty damn good start in the laning phase, though. 14-8 on the 2 cores right now, even 8-4 on the Magnus. Kind of a dream start for them inside these first few waves.
Mid lane, 15 for 8 against the 8 for 1, honestly. Mikoto, he's doing it fantastic. I say, if you sort of play this right, you definitely have that edge against the Tinker, and Mikoto, he's doing it perfectly so far.
As long as they keep the pressure on, and then I think the one big thing that you always have to worry about when you're playing versus the Tinker as well is to get ready for the stacks that are going to eventually start coming out. So I think eventually we will see, especially because the lane's a bit rough right now, I think we'll see Planet very likely start backing up, getting Ancient stacks going, because that's how you recover a Tinker who has a bit of a tougher start. So Talon, excellent start here. Get ready for like the next things, There's only 3 minutes in, but always think about this.
These lanes for Talon, they're looking great.
Yep, it's
top
amazing.
lane, 23 is having a fantastic time. 21 and 10, and as I said, very much ready to deal with the spam.
I mean, is he?
Oh, okay, that blood grenade coming out as well. 23.
Can be close.
He's gonna go down.
And Planet suicides. He can decide to fill mid bottle if he wants to.
Yeah, of course, one of those heroes that never really feels too good to kill in return because that Scarif's just going to be coming back with a full tank of mana.
He's like, oh, down to 49 mana. Suicide for the kill. Does end up committing for it. Blood grenade. Love to see that use. Looks like he's probably just going to go back top because NTS is able to get the rune. Y also just throws out a heal. Yeah, very good laning phase start, either way. Look at these denies.
On the 3 cores here from Talon.
I mean, the denies are insane.
Yep.
They have 30 denies across the board. While you look at the denies coming out from LGD, they have what, like 7, something like that? 6, quick math, whoops. Yeah, massive start for them.
And now Zeal. They'll
dead.
get him. I mean, this is the thing. Even with this top lane, sort of your 23 dying in that earlier situation, they're still finding stuff in return.
23 almost just died. Oh my god, that was actually so close. I don't think he expected all that damage from the concussive. That was dropped to what, like 30 HP or something.
Yeah, just all about trying to sustain through the damage that Planet's thrown out up here.
Dude, Mikoto is just, he's on fire, and this is exactly what they need. Dominating mid right now.
I mean, I guess PSG.LGD with their lineup, do they really sort of have tools to bring anyone in towards this mid, or do you not really want to be ganking this DK?
I mean, they absolutely can. You can maybe wait until like the DK form gets popped, you bait it, and then you make a rotation with something like that Skywrath. It has to be the Sky, though, in particular. And I don't know, we'll see. I don't know how much Planet wants to look to make moves too much early besides just getting like stacks and stuff like that, but it could happen if he sees an angle. I actually see Q looking to make the move first. Mikoto has hit 6. MTS has to be careful.
He's kind of low enough to just say, and he's going to get caught out.
TP's coming in.
Coming in from both sides. We'll see if they've got enough damage to bring Nothing to Say down. Why smiles in with the Aphotic Shield. And that will be enough to allow Nothing to Say to step away there. Both teams bringing in the supports. PSG.LGD, they'll be able to keep their Tinker alive. Does mean he's still having to walk back to base, so a bit of an opportunity to get some punches in onto the tower now in the mid here for Mikoto.
Really good moves. Double rotation supports. Planet looking to move back toward the mid lane to help out. But yeah, Tinker has to go back to base.
Oh, but we're really, yeah, it's just complete free farm for Talon in all 3 lanes so far. 2k lead already is 6 minutes in.
They might even get planted here.
I think they will. Dragon Tail Stone from Mikoto. And maybe with the shield they can save him. Nope, the glimpse is there. Ollie's got the catch. Planet goes down. A kill here for Mikoto.
And they're saving the rune. Still sitting bottom. Mikoto can go get that DD if he wants to. Uses the glyph. Wants to get a bit more tower damage with this catapult on it. And Jabs, I believe he's even trying to get a skewer.
Hero. I mean, he was playing in a very risky spot there. It'll be fine, but definitely take quite a bit of a punch there.
I like the build that we're seeing Jabs doing. We saw the other day, in particular, the Arcane Boots into straight Blink Dagger that came out from Whisper. That just makes it very difficult because you feel like you always have to make plays. He's just going farmy route. He's got Vanguard. He's very safe in the lane, going for treads. Move up top.
They're going to see if they can get Ollie. Q, he's going to be in with the backup, and now 23, he's able to turn with the Metamorphosis to take down Zeal. He's got the stun to hit, 23 gets himself back up to full HP, will allow him an opportunity to look towards Why You Smile. They'll get the 2 kills.
Big kills. Oh,
holding their own in this sort of laning situation. This is just an overall early game from Talon so far. It's looking like one of the best early games we've seen so far from them in this whole tournament.
It's amazing. I mean, Mikoto, even the Tinker leaves the lane, so he just has a DD rune, nearly gets the entire tower. Now he can beat on it as well.
7 minutes in, pretty much taking this down. I don't think this early game could really be going any better for Talon. No. 3k lead, 7 minutes in, and just in full control across the map.
Yeah, it's flawless right now. Wisdom runes also to be claimed. Ollie, he's going to be able to grab that one as Disruptor. Very important to get it on that hero. And Owen, there's been no time for Planet to stack yet. So for this Alchemist, for this Tinker, it's definitely going to be a slower start than I think they anticipated. Talon playing this early game, honestly, quite perfect. And yeah, I really like the itemization from Jabs, because then he can just sit down here. He's got max in power, so he's able to farm, buff up his cores. And Mikoto, yeah, treads double bracer, likely to get that blink so he can close the gap onto Tinker and have that hard stun also for Brewmaster. This is absolutely the most ideal thing they could have right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
and of course, you know, it was sort of, and the panel talks about the strengths and what they liked about PSG.LGD's draft.
Yep.
Is that something that sort of doesn't come to fruition if PSG.LGD get run over?
Yeah, they absolutely could get run over with the way that Mikoto's having this start. Like, he's literally just getting played around from the 2 supports. They have this great catch from the glimpse as well with him. I want to see what itemization it is from Q. Yeah, okay,
Sure.
Glimmer. Oh, yeah, definitely a good Glimmer game. Could potentially even just do Pavis. The Snowball is absolutely a potential there for Mikoto.
Because I imagine that is something about PSG.LGD's lineup. When you've got like the Alchemist, the Tinker, the Brute, it's pretty greedy, right? And the two supports, whilst they offer damage and save, they don't have that stun right. They don't have that way to start fight. In fact, in terms of stun, it's just a concoction this game, Fogged.
Yeah, until the Brute splits online, which it is now.
So limited ways to sort of start with sort of a hard connection at the beginning of a fight, which, you know, without that sort of ease of stunning, means it's rather likely that Talon's heroes, even their supports, are going to be able to get into position, lay down these ults, follow up with static storms, for example, as well.
Top again, Zeal going for the play, gets the split off.
See if they can do anything offensive with that. Probably not. Talon is set up under the tower, so they'll be able to bait out this primal split and wait it out.
Zeal's going to try to get some tower damage here, but they could look to re-go on him as soon as it ends. He's got to be careful. This Earth Panda.
He's already stepping out. See if they can find him. Mikoto's in with the Dragon Tail stun. I don't think there's anything PSG.LGD can to save this, man. They have to let Zeal go down. He's gone.
That was very ambitious there from Zeal to get some tower damage.
It's just some sort of panic there. You know, popping the split, wanted to feel that he was doing something useful, ends up giving up his own life there.
They're just taking towers. The whole time also, Jabs is still playing on the bottom side, pressuring Shiro. This is fantastic moves, and I believe, yeah, level 6 is now out for Ali pre 10 minutes.
Yeah, playing super fast here, Talon, but just 10 minutes in.
Playing around Mikoto's strength, just how much he dominated that lane matchup. Treads blink, bracers. Even with the Tinker spam, they cannot stop this push. 23 gets Elastic. Ali looking for the glimpse.
Get him back in the field. See if Zeal can do anything to help out. 23 with the aggressive stun to bring Zeal down super low. Zeal will not be punished. Able to get back. Nothing to say, he's getting his items online. The Blink Dagger's now here, so a bit better of a chance for him to get in good position to get a few rounds of the spells off in these early fights.
They're looking to punish Jabs here. He's pretty tanky.
Yeah, treads on Vanguard. See if they can have him. If there's any backup that's going to be coming in, TPs are heading over. With the Ancient Steel and the burst here, Tinker, he's getting bought low. Jabs, jump forward here from Nothing Self, finish it off. It's a nice 3-man static storm, but nothing else to follow this up, so they won't be able to turn anything back in their favor. Talon, as they'll just have to accept that Jabs, he's going down there.
Tanky, but not tanky enough for all the magic damage. Shiro starting to recover. He is pretty much neck and neck with that TB. Everyone else is a little bit behind, and they're just punishing Zeal.
Yeah, 15 seconds until Primal split. Zeal, he's got no way out of this.
He needs pipe. Yeah, he's queuing it up immediately. Small little silver lining for Zeal, though. He has an urn, so every time he dies, he gets an urn charge. You know, that new change does feel a little bit good, but yeah, Talon. This is quick. They're playing super fast-paced. Keeping the jumps going. Another one.
They get the catch in the mid. Immediately on top of Nothing to Say, he's going to try and TP out at this.
He's not living.
It's too much damage. And now they can maybe turn for more Planet. He's going to be saved here for the moment being with the Aphotic Shield from YU Smart, but the stun's still there. 23 swings over from the top. He's now on a killing spree. Takes out another. It's 12-5. Coming up at 12 minutes in.
Mikoto instantly ports bottom. They see Shiro alone for a second.
It's just go away from Talon.
They know the Abaddon TP'd in the mid lane. Yeah, they saw him.
They know that PSG.LGD right now, they cannot deal with the momentum that Talon's bringing. They get the jump in on the bottom lane. Shiro, get the Chemical Rage off.
He's surrounded, though. There's 4 or 5 heroes. There's actually 5 heroes coming down from Talon.
I mean, TPs are starting to come in.
Can they protect him?
See if they can turn this around. They get the blast back onto Shiro. Glimpsed as well. He's still healing up with that Chemical Rage, though. Ancient Steel over towards Jabs. Talon, they're holding themselves with the fireman, and Mikoto is ready to jump back in. They'll look for the squishy kills first. They'll try for Planet, but the Aphotic Shield's there from YU Smile. Planet saved.
Mikoto.
Some of the concoction onto Mikoto. It would be a big kill if they can take down this DK, and they'll get him. Nothing to Say picks up the kill and gets the goal.
Glimmer, dispelled.
Chasing up to the tier 1. They want to try for more. Static Storm from Ollie. Lay it down means there's no immediate throw of the concoction. Still the rockets coming out for Nothing to Say, bringing Ollie down.
They get NTS,
but they're going to get the catch on him. Jabs finds an NTS, gets him under the tower. Nothing to Say. He's up to the high ground, but they'll take him out. It will cost Jabs his life, though. So PSG.LGD, they continue to find the majority of kills so far. 3 for 1. Zeal, he stepped up. And one way Smile, see if he can get him out of this one. But 23 wrapping around. Heal with the missed coil. Zeal still alive. The final blast from Q will end it.
What a back and forth trade.
I mean, they lose Jabs, but yeah, able to sort of secure both Nothing to Say and Zeal towards the end of the fight. Talon, they're still finding these big core kills, and of course in this action, 23 turning up, staying alive, 3-1 and 8. He's still getting a lot out of these early plays.
It's big kills. They are shutting down Zeal a lot though, and the one thing is like, NTS, he does get a couple recover kills, and Shiro, he actually does survive throughout all of it on this Alchemist. So he is getting closer and closer toward Radiance. It's a good fight. It's a beautiful tumblers. Did you see that? Like, it's pretty much again Blink Dagger jumps down to the river, pulls him into tower. But the Alchemist does survive, which is the big important thing then on the side of PSG.LGD.
Back in action though, Talon, they get back on with the push. They'll take out that third and final tier 1 tower. So still hitting these timings, 13 minutes in, where they've been able to take all of those, and of course back on their side of the map, you know, they're yet to lose any towers here against PSG.LGD. Radiance timing, it's done.
It's done. I mean, it's not a 9-minute Radiance like Pakaz got, of course, but they're under so much pressure with the way the Talon's moving fast. And Jabs, he's going very greedy, to be honest with you. Jabs has gone Echo Saber. So Vanguard treads Echo Saber on this Magnus.
I mean, he's a greedy lad, Jabs.
He is very greedy.
This is sort of the kind of build that we've come to expect from Jabs. We'll see if it works out.
We'll see
you know,
if this
kind of
works.
going for this. It does feel like sometimes in the Talon games, the sort of the lack of auras or the slowed down speed in which they come online can hurt them sometimes with their style.
5K lead still off to an amazing start, but they got to keep that pressure going. LGD's recovery outlet is very fast. When they're playing with an Alchemist and Tinker, these two heroes farm absurdly quick. Keep getting that pressure forward. Because there's going to be some big timings, of course, that come out. From this Tinker, he has been massively slowed down, but it is that hero that just completely destroys a Terrorblade if he's able to get onto the same level as him. And, you know, NTS, even though he had a rough lane, he is 5-2. Shivas will make it very difficult for a lot of these heroes to fight. Good aggressive plays. Talon. Got to keep it up. Get the catch. Should be able to find this Abaddon.
Yeah, they should be able to get him through the borrowed time.
And the glimpse.
Yeah, they'll drag him back into the clutches of 23.
Give it a 23.
Oh, TP though.
Oh,
Oh
my
God.
God.
He nearly got out of that one.
He bonked him a bit too far up. But either way, they get the kill. Manta finished up for 23, level 11.
Any chance of looking for an early Roche with Talon's lineup, or not really something that they're geared up to do yet?
They absolutely, they can. The thing is, LGD will probably look for going into that fight too, because Zeal is very strong. Even though he is very fragile, it's all about just if he gets the ult off early. Towerblade can focus down some of the Broodlings, but he also just has a lot of different ways to just control this TB. As long as he gets ult off, he'll be able to wipe the illusions with his cleanse. Or the dispel, whichever one you want to call it. If he's able to get on top of them and throw them in the air, can cause issues. So Talon sitting back a little bit, trying to get some farm here, but it's giving time to LGD to catch back up.
Well, you smile. Forward time still on cooldown. He's going to be able to get out in time with the kinetic field. They'll tell with the HSL, the Mystic Flare, and they'll just destroy Ollie.
He's trying to, I mean, that's a bit of an over-aggressive move there from Talon. Can't even get the kill on the Abaddon. They don't even finish off the Ancient stack. He just brought it low.
Yeah, whilst Talon were able to get that early lead, the momentum's certainly starting to get slowed down. The sort of 5K lead, it's been hovering around this point, and the game's stabilizing and could indeed be a bit of a concern considering the strengths of PSG.LGD's draft overall against Talons.
I want to see what Jabs decides to commit for. He's got 2,500 gold.
I think he's probably thinking if he wants to get the Blink.
I think so.
It's
okay.
Just going to go for the BKB, so completely building for himself it. Which, yeah, absolutely, it could pay off. If he can get in and get that RP, it could be huge. But at the same time, as you're pointing out with the draft, you know, if you're going all in on trying to just get in and pop RP, if it gets countered by a cute Abaddon play, it's going to feel kind of rough.
And then it's putting a lot of pressure on Mikoto to always get the jumps as well, too. Yes, they have the glimpse and everything for displacement, but yeah, I mean, Jabs tends to do this sometimes. Wants to get a little bit more farm. But yeah, LGD, the recovery. See it's starting to kick in. Alchemist Shiro, he almost has BKB.
I'm going to say, if it sort of continues at this sort of slowed down pace, I think PSG.LGD will be very, very happy.
Why? Sneaking around, somehow gets away, gets a ward, so he's prepping for that Roche potential soon. We'll be shifting position, of course, in about 2 minutes. But yeah, looks like BKB done for Shiro. Probably going to wait for multiple timings to come out on the side of LGD. I think the Shivas is getting closer and closer. How's Brew's levels? Okay, he probably won't be able to get to level 12 before a fight kicks out, but they're going to be hitting a pretty good timing here for them if they want to fight back into all this. 23 still massive. That is the one big thing, but yeah, you can definitely see LGD, they're finding outlets to farm in the map and not get pressured as much.
Absolutely, yeah. One of the strengths of with this new map and being a Tinker, just so many places to go.
There's so much farm. It doesn't matter. Like, sometimes it's like, oh, you're building like 3 greedy kind of things. There's so many places you can do it.
Yeah. It's always just such an investment if you want to kind of gear up as a team and go on a hunt for this Tinker. Yeah, it takes a lot of time.
It's fight time, at least for the Alchemist. BKB's ready. They can start setting up for some moves here, and I think Planet has. Okay, he actually has a full Solar Crest on this Skywrath. Saw Tara's do this build as well. It's very strong.
And yeah, man, Jabs is going all in. He wants the harpoon.
What? Okay.
I mean,
it's versus Tinker.
I like it.
But there are going to be barriers.
Magnus,
just got to remember,
my kind of Magnus doesn't necessarily win games. But it's fun to watch. So Jabs, he's ready to carry the team. That's the strat here.
Yeah, definitely an interesting approach. We'll be able to, of course, I mean, it's good versus these ranged kind of heroes and stuff like that, but have to remember there's going to be barriers. So this Tinker, he's going to get shielded. Yeah. He's going to be self-barriered as well, too, in a lot of instances.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see if sort of this the aggressive build works out for Jabs rather than sort of building, it's kind of the auras and things to try and keep his team alive again. Yeah, stuff like the Tinker. They just don't sort of have that. Right? We've got any Greaves or Pipes or anything? No. Not on Talon.
No, they're going double Glimmers on the supports, which will be nice in a way for the Terrorblade, but
Glimmer's big.
And they are prepared for this fight up here. Shiro, you said BKB at the ready. Talon, everyone's here.
Let's see if they can get this fight going, Talon. 23. Let's start with the meta. Look towards Planet. Coach being cooked up by Shiro. See them turn towards Planet. Planet still alive. They'll finally bring him down. Jabs in with a BKB. Able to put an end to the Skywrath. Primal splits there from Zealous. Will push back Q.
LGD doesn't like this one. They're resetting. The Brew's just dying.
Oh, they're going to find why you're smiling in the trees. So Talon, they've got the 2 supports out of this. Maybe they can get Zeal as well.
Looks like they should.
As his split comes to an end.
Good preparation.
Do it back from Jabs. They get the 3 of them.
Talon.
Well held there by Talon. And honestly, the BKB very much working nicely for Jabs. He's just able to pop it, get in, and just punch down the supports.
Yeah, actually looks amazing, that one. And now they can set up for the rush. Swap sides. They may catch NTS here. Bit close. The perfect jump. I mean, they catch Planet slipping a little bit there. He steps up a bit far. They full initiate and come in onto the Skywrath. And the Primal split, it's only level 1. So at this point, they can focus fire it with that TB in position.
Yeah, I mean, see it. Just honestly great front line for Jabs. Skewers in, immediately couple of hits, punches out Planet.
He actually hurts quite a bit. Like, look how much he was doing to the Brew.
This is the great thing about this build. You punch hard. You punch like a truck at this sort of stage of the game. Just 20 minutes in with this Echo Saber BKB. It's very annoying for these supports.
And they prepped for this move also. They have Ward Vision already down bottom. Double wards being set up, and yeah, they'll finish off the roast 23.
Yeah.
Being enabled.
And it looks like we are going to get a bit, but Jabs, he's going to go back for the pipe.
Okay. Blink forward. Double stun to the support.
The Ancient still dropped it. 23. He's actually opted to TP out of this, and you know what? He's going to get away.
Like it.
They can't put a stop to it. Jabs, he's out as well. And as I talked about before, they don't have a lot of options when it comes to stuns, PSG.LGD, so TP scrolls, they're your best friend if you're Talon.
Shiro couldn't finish off the Coddle. He got the stun actually on both supports instantly, but didn't have quite enough to finish him with the Force Staff and the Glimmer on Coddle. Good retreat there from Talon, not wanting to take the fight without meta. Back to getting the farm going. 23.
Well, I think Jabs, he's on the hunt for the Wisdom Rune, right?
They got Planet.
Is that Wisdom Rune still there? It is. Easy Wisdom Rune for Jabs. Thank you very much.
It was like, I'll keep scaling. Thank you very much, team. My DK is playing more sacrificial, so I'm going to be another core.
I mean, yeah, I'd say like...
NTS blinks on top of Jabs. Jabs is going for it.
I mean, he's going to have to run. Now, they won't be able to kill him, though. Like that... There's no killing this Magnus, that's for sure, especially when you've got BKB up.
That's straight confidence, though. I like it.
He can go where he wants, honestly.
He's playing super aggressive.
He is. So far, I feel like the early game very much sort of carried by Makoto, and now, Jabs, this is his part of the game.
Absolutely.
This Magnus is definitely a problem right now for PSG.LGD.
Him in 23. Super farmed. Zeal is very far behind still, 1-7 as the Brewmaster, but has hit level 12.
Sure.
So does have that level 2 Primal split. It'll be quite a bit stronger. I believe, was the level 2 one the one that got buffed? I think it was just the level 1 one. Yeah, it was just the level 1 one mostly got buffed. But either way, it's a lot tankier now at this point. But Talon, yeah, keeping it up. Looking good.
Jabs, yeah, we closing in on the pipe. Just a ring of health short. So a good sort of a best of both worlds build really here on the Magnus game.
Yeah, I like it.
And with that, I think it's going to get close to the point where I think Talon's going to seriously consider trying to push the high ground. You know, when you get the pipe out on your Magnus, you've got the Skadi pick up on 23. They're strong.
They are. They have a lot of sustain,
They're going to want to try and force this quite a bit.
Yep, with the Coddle behind, they have a ton of sustain. And also, in the meantime, while they've been playing super aggressive, I've been watching Ollie. He's gathering Lotuses, Owen. He's got a greater healing Lotus. So it's quite a bit that it does do. It's like this mini cheese that's going to come out onto some of these cores.
Sure.
Really good aggressive plays. And yeah, Scotty's done. They might have a timing here to force a little bit.
I think so.
Just don't overforce it. Just poke, force heroes back, and then get out. But maybe not something you ideally really want to do versus a Tinker sometimes. So it looks like maybe they will back up and just keep going the farm.
I think
Illusion's going to get some push, though.
I think they want to go. It's only going to get harder to push high ground. You want to go now.
Let's see. Makoto, thinking about it.
I don't know if the high ground siege is going to get any easier this game. I feel like at this point there's a bit of a sweet spot.
But Owen, this is, you know, Talon sometimes tells himself, they're probably like, okay guys, like,
well, let's take this game to 60 minutes.
Take it easy, like, you know, we want to take a late game, but let's see, 23, he wants to poke it, okay.
You have to. The correct call there for 23.
Forces the Tinker back.
You want to get something going here. You want your team pushing with you. Get something done with this Aegis. You do not want to go late against this Tinker.
Let's see if they can find NTS at all. Tower drops. Still 90 seconds.
Force out the fortification. I think still with this Aegis, stick around, especially with the meta still going. No need to back off. Got to try and get everything that you can here.
Might be able to finish it. And they will.
And they do. Now see if the
PSG
can punish it, but indeed the Static Storm there immediately responds. He gets in, but the silence laid down by Ollie trips him up. He's gone. YESmile as well, taken down. Not only getting the racks here, Talon, but reacting perfectly there. Indeed, the tips coming out for Ollie as he was prepared for that brew attempt.
That was lit. I mean, we need to see. That was instant. That was the first reveal. Like Zeo, I think he tried to trip them up, getting this Blink Dagger to get on top of him. Ollie, what a reaction. They can keep going. Still 40 seconds.
You've got 2 dead. Talon, yeah, they've just itemized perfectly for sort of this 25-minute attempt to just really push the advantage.
Jab's doing the disassemble for this pipe. It's massive. And now he's got Harpoon, too.
Now he's big.
It's dying. Another Rax. Perhaps the fall.
Hey, there we go.
Harpoon. Skewer.
Harpoon into the skewer back there. Jabs with the catch. He's caught the 2 of them.
Shiro's going down.
And now they can turn for more. YESmile's out of the game.
Oh my God.
I mean, the split was off from Zeal. We'll see if Zeal and Nothing to Stay can find anything here on the defense. Double buybacks coming out from YESmile and Planet. They'll start to try push back Talon. 23 still got the Aegis, but it's going to expire in 5 seconds. Aegis is now gone.
I mean, Jabs is doing some cool plays attempts with these Harpoons. I mean, he catched a godly one there.
30 seconds, no Shira.
No split.
Back on with the push, Talon.
Meta's back up in 10-0, and
they keep going.
They're doing it. Talon, another jump.
In. They get the jump on Zeal. A Phonic Shield's there from YESmile, but Zeal, he's going to get dragged back by the Glimpse. He's out as well, no buyback.
Another Harpoon screw.
He's going to get the drag back on YESmile as well. Borrowed times there, but only for a few seconds as it comes to an end. So does YESmile's life. He's out of the game. Talon, they've got to keep this push going. They're looking to close it up.
I mean, they're so strong.
Here.
This is unbelievable plays here. Talon, such confidence, the jumps. Jabs again, Harpoon skewer.
Another grab.
Okay,
Shiro just
legit.
straight back into the Static Storm.
GG.
They've done it. GG is called.
Wow.
I think that's the best Dota we've seen Talon player at this major. That was from the...